everyone. I am Pam Gelsomini from dishofftheblock.com. I'm a food blogger and I'm coming to you today from my kitchen on Block Island, Rhode Island. I'm absolutely over the moon excited to be a part of the Jacques Pépin video recipe book series, which supports the Jacques Pépin Foundation. So our dish today is potato chip and Parmesan crusted swordfish cutlets over an arugula and pea salad with a dill caper ranch dressing. Sounds like a lot, but it's super easy to put together. It's a very unique preparation for swordfish, and I think you're gonna love it. So we're gonna get started right out here with our dressing first. I've got an empty mayonnaise jar here, and I'm going to put this puppy together. So we're gonna start with a half a cup of buttermilk. And if you don't have buttermilk on hand, you can squeeze lemon juice into regular milk and let it sit for like 10 minutes and you'll have your own homemade buttermilk. Super easy hack. We've got a quarter cup of sour cream going in. We've got a quarter cup of mayonnaise. I use a light mayonnaise, but you could use regular as well. I have a quarter cup of capers. Get those little guys, everybody into the pot. I've got one guy escaped. I've got a half a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and then we're going to do the zest and juice of one lemon. So it's about a tablespoon of zest and about 2 tablespoons of juice. And when you're zesting a lemon, you only want to get the dark yellow outer part. You don't want to get the white pith underneath because it's very bitter. So you just want the essence of the lemon and the juice. This is a good job to have your husband or your kids do too. So that's the zest of one lemon. It's about a tablespoon of the zest. And then we're gonna take, I like to squeeze my lemons using a strainer so the seeds don't get in. So we're gonna squeeze one. This gives it some nice acid. So I'm doing about 2 teaspoons of fresh dill right off our plant. And then I'm just gonna rough chop it. And into the jar she goes. This is super easy. If you have extra dressing, it'll keep in your fridge for up to 2 weeks easily. And it's super yummy on salads or even on chicken. And all we do now, oh, we forgot one thing. You need a half a teaspoon before we shake, shake, shake. A half a teaspoon of Worcestershire. And I almost forgot Ciao Bella Italian seasoning. This is one of my spices that I sell on my blog. You could use a regular Italian seasoning if you don't have this, but I urge you to go and try it out because it's really, really yummy. I also have 2 other spice blends, Raging Cajun and Superbly Herby, so check them out if you're interested on the blog. So we've got 2 teaspoons of the Ciao Bella Italian seasoning, and that's it for the dressing. Easy peasy. Put this in the fridge until you're ready to use it, but we're gonna cook the fish right now. We're gonna start by cutting off this thick outer layer of skin. We're creating breaded cutlets, if you will, breaded with the potato chips and Parmesan, but you don't want to have a thick piece of skin when you're making a cutlet. So we're going to take the skin off of each. If you were grilling these, you could leave the skin on and then you just peel it off after it's cooked. But for this preparation, it's nice to remove it. So when you create cutlets just like you would with chicken or veal, we're gonna take this piece. If you have a super thin piece of swordfish, you probably don't need to do this step. But I got these are over 1 inch thick that I just got at the fish market. It literally came in today when I went to the fish counter, and so I was super excited about it. This is a North Atlantic, actually, let me show you first. To do the cutlets, we're gonna cut these in half. So you're gonna put your hand flat on top of the fish and just slide your knife right through, creating 2. You know what, I'm gonna move my paper off so we're not sliding. Okay, so keep going through, and you're gonna end up with 2 gorgeous cutlets. As I started to say, this is a North Atlantic swordfish. Very, very famous, actually, Block Island swordfish. I've traveled extensively, all over the world, and Block Island swordfish specifically has been on the menu all over this country, but even in Europe I've seen it. So this is really special stuff. We're gonna lightly pound them. So again, if you're doing like a chicken Parmesan or a chicken Milanese, you kind of give the chicken a good whack. We just wanna create a very thin cutlet with an even thickness. You don't wanna tear the fish or the flesh. There's one. So as I started to say, this Block Island swordfish is North Atlantic swordfish, and the other thing I love about it is that it's a super sustainable species. Again, quick process, and these are gonna cook super, super quick because they're so thin, which is gonna keep them tender and juicy and really nice and moist. All right, I've got our breading station started. Very untraditional breading station, especially for swordfish, but super yummy, trust me. So I've got 2 cups of crushed potato chips. I have half a cup of really good quality grated Parmesan cheese. And now we're gonna do about a half a cup of fresh flat leaf parsley. So I just poured a glass of wine. I think this dish pairs beautifully with a rosé. I'm a big fan of rosé, but it would also be really delicious with a Chardonnay or a Sauvignon Blanc or Pinot Gris. Would be lovely. A Sancerre would be delicious. I've actually also learned some stuff about wine and pairing from Jacques. All right, so this is gonna go into our breading station. Nothing like fresh herbs. It brightens any meal. I have, you can see a little bit in the background, I always have a window herb garden, even in the summer. I have an herb garden outside too, but I like to have it on my window so that it's at my fingertips at all times. All right, so that's our breading. I've beaten 1 egg in this pan here, and now I'm just gonna quickly salt and pepper our fish on both sides. All right, and now each cutlet goes into the egg to coat, letting the excess drip off. And then we're really gonna press it into these potato chips, getting that breading all over it. I've got my pan, by the way, heating here over medium-high heat. So the oil, I've got about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and that'll be nice and hot when we put the fish in. And so just to give you an idea what that looks like. Beautiful. And into the hot oil, you can hear that sizzle. And a second one. Again, into the egg. Let the excess drip off. And into our breading. Our breading, which is really potatoing, I think. Potato chips. Okay, press that in to get a nice coating. And then into the oil. All right, our fish is sizzling away and it smells awesome. I'm gonna use a fork to do the first flip here. And you'll see this golden brown, can you catch that? Beautiful crust on the fish, and it smells incredible. You can smell the Parmesan. So I'm gonna flip all these guys over. And you can kind of get a feel for like how gorgeous and golden that is. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit to medium. And they're gonna cook for maybe 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. They're super quick. And then we're gonna put them on our salad, which is super simple as well. We're gonna do, these is baby arugula greens. You could do baby spinach. I love the peppery taste of arugula. So we're gonna put that down. I have frozen peas, which I have just cooked according to package directions. Frozen peas, one of my favorite ingredients. They're fresh, they're nutritious. It's one frozen item that just I think can be utilized so well all times of the year. So I've got probably about 2 cups here that you can do. And this is gonna add a pop of sweetness. So I'm just gonna kind of put those all over. Okay, the fish is done and it smells incredible. It's golden brown. It's just tender when pierced with a fork. I have my salad here. By the way, I salt and peppered my salad. Okay, off our heat. All right, so this is our platter. We're going to sprinkle a little more Parmesan, put a little bit of a garnish. And then that amazing dressing we made. I'm gonna shake it up again. And we're gonna drizzle some of that over the top. And you can serve a little more on the side with a ladle for people who want a little bit more. It is pretty yummy, pretty incredible. And then we're gonna finish it off with some lemons. And this would be a gorgeous dish, you know, for any dinner, but also for a brunch or a lunch. And there you have it. I'm just gonna take a little taste just to prove how delicious it is. Crunchy on the outside from those potato chips. You get the tang from the Parmesan cheese, the peppery arugula, the sweet peas, and then that dressing just pulls it all together beautifully. Again, Jacques and family, thank you so much for including me in this amazing opportunity. Cheers, and thank you for all of the amazing work that the Jacques Pépin Foundation does. Cheers.